Items, something Project Zomboid would be nothing without. Yeah, I've run out of good intros. Now, the common items you come across are somewhat special, but not that interesting. But rare items, now these are the ones you'll remember. In this video, I'll go over all the 22 sets of items that I'd consider to be rare. Now, keep in mind, the placement of most of these items on the list are based off experience, and a little bit off those numbers from the wiki. But what experience, I hear you ask? There's another video of mine where I try to collect every item in the game, where I try and struggle to collect all the items on the list. But enough of this chit chat. Let's start off this list with number 22, the Santa set. This set of items consists of 6 things: 2 hats, 2 jackets, and 2 sets of pants. 3 of them are red, and the other 3 are green. These items can be found in storage units. These storage units are located in Riverside here, Muldrow here, West Point here, and Louisville here. Once you break into one, look for these cardboard boxes. They might contain the festive items you're looking for. Didn't think I need you this part of the year. One down, 4 to... But if you want to get them the hard way, you could forage for them. The best places for you to do so would be in trailer parks and urban areas. Those trailer parks are located in Riverside here, Muldrow here, and Valley Station, which is just before Louisville, here. If you're new to foraging, let me show you how it's done. Press this button to open this menu. Select the item category you want to prioritize. This isn't necessary. In this case, we're looking for clothing, so we'll select the junk category and enable search mode. You can see what area you're in if you hover over this picture. If it changes, then you've entered a new area. If you're close to something, an arrow will pop up. Follow it, and the item will appear. Now, to forage efficiently, long story short, just don't be tired and make sure there are no zombies around you to interrupt you. If your search focus is low, then it's time to take a break. Number 21, the plastic pipe. Now this looks like something you'd find in any warehouse or hardware store, but surprisingly, you can't. It can only be found by foraging. The plastic pipe falls under the junk items category, and the best places to find it in is trailer parks and urban areas. Number 20, the party hats. This set of items consists of 2 things: party hat with stars and colored party hat. So you want to throw a party, eh? Well, one of the things you'll need is party hats, of course. Sadly, they are rare, but we're still only on number 20, so they're not that rare. There's a decent chance you can find them in closets, and the same chance applies to storage units. Now, other than being able to find it by foraging, the best places being trailer parks and urban areas, by the way, there's a chance that an ongoing party will spawn on the map in someone's house. All the zombies inside will be wearing those hats, and there should be enough of them to where you can secure both party hats. Number 19, the scanner module. Once you saw this thing, you probably thought that such an interesting looking item must have some interesting use. Well, no. It literally is useless. Won't stop me from putting it on this list though. Much like the Santa set, it's found in storage units in cardboard boxes. They also have a chance of spawning in the back of radio vans. These vans right here are what they look like. They're pretty hard to miss, especially the LBMW one. Not sure if you can get it from foraging though. Number 18, leather trousers. This set of items consists of 2 things: skinny leather trousers and black leather trousers. They're in the same spot on this list because their spawn chances are the same, the protection is the same, they might as well be considered the same item. The only difference between them is their names. As for where to find them, here's a chart with all the places they can spawn in. Your best bet would be to look on metal shelves or in crates of clothing stores, just because of how easy it is to find these stores. There is a leather clothes store that has a 23.28 chance to spawn these pants. There's just one problem. I have no clue where it is. I mean, I did look all over the map for them for a solid single minute, but in all seriousness, if you know where this store is, please let me and everyone else know in the comments down below. Number 17, remote controllers. This set of items consists of 3 things: remote controllers V1, V2, and V3. Think of it like this: the higher the number, the rarer it is. To get these things, you'll have to go back to those storage units and look for cardboard boxes containing engineer-related items. Alternatively, you can craft them. Each remote controller will need one TV remote, some scrap electronics, and 2 units of glue. You'll also need a screwdriver, and here's the kicker. For V1, you'll need your electrical skill at level 2. For V2, you need it at electrical 4, and for V3, you'll need it at electrical 6. Jesus Christ. Number 16. The Civilian Bulletproof Vest. If you want to find this sleeveless psych ward straitjacket, then you'll have to go out and find yourself a barricaded safe house and go through all the crates, dressers, and wardrobes. You can also try your luck in drug labs and pawn shops. The only drug lab I know of is next to Muldrow here. As for pawn shops, there's plenty of them in Louisville here. Number 15. The Notebook. Now, I'm not talking about the empty notebook. No. I'm talking about the notebooks that aren't empty. See, these are just like annotated maps, where you have your map, but they've got some kind of lore scribbled onto them. So far, I've found 21 of them. 20 of them are not that interesting, but there's one that stands out, and it's called My Final Words, and it reads, subscribe to SQZ. I'm just kidding. They don't exist. The number 15 spot goes to the katana. Do you remember the first time you found a katana? Yeah, a pretty unforgettable moment that was. But if you're still looking for one, then find yourself a barricaded safe house and check every counter, crate, shelf, and wardrobe. But what are the chances for it to spawn, I hear you ask? Well, Well, maybe your chances to find it are higher in pawn shops and these other places. Oh my god. Yeah, never mind. You're better off looting barricaded safe houses to find this thing. Where is it? Number 14. The Stripper Set. This set of items consists of 5 things: the bunny ears, that are black and white, the bunny suit, which can be black and pink, and the bunny tail. These clothing items can be found on zombies that spawn in the strip club, which is north of Louisville, right here. Keep in mind that these zombies can spawn only once, so if you don't see them there when you first look, you'll have to try your chances on a different save, I think. But if you're only interested in finding the bunny ears, then there's a chance they'll spawn among other clothing in a cardboard box that sits inside a storage unit. These clothing items have a pretty good chance to also spawn in lingerie stores, which I don't know the location of and if they even exist. But if you know where they are, then let me know in the comments down below. Number 13. The Wedding Set. This set of items consists of 3 things: the wedding jacket, wedding dress, and wedding veil. These items can be obtained from zombies. These zombies have a chance to spawn in the following churches: this church in Riverside, this church in Fallis Lake, this church in Rosewood, this church in March Ridge, this church in Muldrow, this church in West Point, and this church next to Louisville. As you may have guessed, you will need a bride and groom to get all 3 of these items. However, there is a chance that only one of these zombies will spawn, and if it's the bride, there's a chance she will spawn only with the dress on. But don't worry, these zombies probably respawn, and I say probably because it did happen to me, but I'm not sure if they actually respawned or if I missed them, in 72 in-game hours by default, as long as you're not in that cell. There's also a chance that a house event, I think that's what they're called, will occur, where the half-naked bride and groom zombies will be in or next to a house, where the bride will be wearing a wedding veil. Number 12. The Guerilla Radio Magazines. This set of items consists of 3 things: Guerilla Radio Magazines, Volumes 1, 2, and 3. Once you've read these magazines, you'll be able to craft a makeshift radio, makeshift walkie-talkie, and makeshift ham radio. Our good old cardboard boxes inside storage units and garages can contain these magazines. Closets and electrician homes can have them too. Now, here's the thing. The third volume is twice as rare as the first two volumes, except for when it spawns in electronics stores. I know of only one electronics store, and it's right here, on the second floor of the Grand Ohio Mall. And of course, it's as far away from spawn as possible, in one of the most dangerous locations. Number 11. The raccoon hat. This is another one of those items that I didn't know existed until I found it on the wiki. To find this fuzzy hat, you'll have to go back to those storage units and rummage through the cardboard boxes laying around. If you find a box with hats in it, one of those hats has a chance to be that raccoon hat. You can also find it in closets, these tiny rooms that can contain a cardboard box with that hat inside. Number 10. The pumpkin. This set of items consists of two things, the pumpkin, and I threw in the jack-o'-lantern there as the cherry on top. Ah, the pumpkin. What a beautiful vegetable, or fruit, not vegetable, fruit, that I didn't think would take such a long time to get. You probably think that you can get this thing at any grocery store, right? Well, you're wrong, as this item can only be found by foraging. The best places to forage for this thing are at farmlands, which look like this. They do look different, but each one has the same chance of spawning a pumpkin. If you run out of farmlands to forage at, somehow, give it 24 hours and come back. By that time, the forageable loot should have respawned. As for the jack-o'-lantern, once you have a pumpkin, get yourself a knife and you'll be able to craft it. Number 9. The motion sensor. You might find yourself struggling to get this little thing. If you see a boarded up business building, get in there and take a look. Chances are the motion sensor might be in there. That's if the game is generous enough to spawn one for you. Regular safe houses won't cut it. They didn't when I looked through them. Boarded up business buildings do cut it because they might have the right containers to generate that sensor. The closets of regular homes are a good place to look as well, as they have a pretty good chance of spawning one, but I've never found one in a closet myself. The homes of electricians have the same chance of having that sensor if you're willing to go through hundreds of houses to come across those few electrician homes. You can try looking in the back of an engineer's car, but how do you know whether a car belongs to an electrician? Well, you can't. Seriously, look at these cars and tell me which one you think belongs to an electrician. If you guessed this van, then you'd be wrong, because none of them belong to an electrician. You're better off looking inside our good old storage units. Yet again, cardboard boxes are your best friend when it comes to finding that motion sensor. Number 8. The Air Force set. This set of items consists of two things, the Air Force helmet and Air Force coveralls. These items still remain somewhat of a mystery to me. On what it's found is clear. Zombies, but where these zombies spawn is not fully clear, at least to me. One place I found these zombies to spawn was at the Army Surplus store north of Louisville, right here. The wiki says they also spawn in lockers that are in army hangars, wherever those are. Number 7. Picture of Kate. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but for this one, you just need one. Rare. You can get this thing from Bob Smith's zombified corpse. But hold on. If these names don't sound familiar to you, I'll quickly explain. In Project Zomboid's old tutorial, you'd play as Bob Smith trying to help your injured wife, Kate Smith, during the zombie apocalypse. That's who these two are, and that's who that picture is of. That tutorial took place in Muldrow in this house, which is where you can find them. But they don't always spawn. In fact, they're quite rare to come across. You'll know they're in there when you'll see the windows boarded up. And I doubt these zombies respawn. If they have spawned, find your way inside, locate Bob, kill him, and loot his body. The picture should be in his inventory, so you can try your chances by foraging for that picture. It's best to look for it in trailer parks and urban areas. Number 6. The boppers. This set of items consists of 5 things: antlers boppers, gold star boppers, furry ears, hat knife, and hat arrow. Now, if you come across these things, at first glance, you can mistake them for a bandana and move on. They all have the same icon, so you must pay close attention to the name of the item if you don't want to miss them. Check the closets of homes when looking for these things. The chances for them to be there are pretty good. They can also be found in cardboard boxes and storage units, the same way the raccoon hat is found, sitting next to the other hats that spawn inside that box. But if you get sick of storage unit diving, or just got unlucky and didn't find them in there, you can forage for them. It'll take a while though, because clothing is the 5th rarest category to forage for, and there's 5 of them. The best places to forage for these boppers are at trailer parks and urban areas. Number 5. The Spiffo set. This set of items consists of 3 things: the Spiffo head, Spiffo suit, and Spiffo tail. The way you get these items is pretty straightforward. The full set is worn by a zombie that can spawn next to or in any of Spiffo's establishments. Throughout my previous video's playthrough, I came across 2 Spiffo suit zombies, both being in Louisville. One was at Spiffo's complex, which is here, and the other was at the cafeteria of the Grand Ohio Mall, which is here, since there is a Spiffo's there. But, like I said, any of Spiffo's establishments will work. You can also try your luck by finding it in crates or shelves that are in Spiffo's restaurants or in the trunk of a Spiffo's van. But the chances of the set spawning there is, yeah. Jamming piece of... There you are. You're coming with me. Number 4. The Jay's Chicken Hat. Now, upon hearing that this is a Jay's Chicken Hat, you'd assume it spawns in Jay's Chicken restaurants, or maybe on zombies that spawn next to them. If only that were the case. The only way to get this funny looking hat is by doing some good old foraging. The best places to look for it are, say it with me, trailer parks and urban areas. Number 3. Miscellaneous weapons. This set of items consists of 4 things: the chair leg, table leg, pickaxe handle, and spike pickaxe handle. All 4 of these items belong in the, what I call, forage only category. Yes, you can only get them by foraging, even though being able to get these items from disassembling or crafting does make sense. But are these weapons any good? Well, they're okay. You're better off getting yourself a spiked baseball bat. Anyhow, the best places to forage for them is in trailer parks and urban areas. Number 2. The Nuclear Biochemical Mask. Oh boy, trying to find out where this thing spawns gave me a headache, because I'm not even sure if this mask spawns where the wiki says it does. The wiki states that it spawns in crates, desks, and metal shelves in laboratories. There are 3 locations which contain those labs, with one of those containers that I know of, which are desks. The first labs are on the 4th floor of the St. Peregrine's Hospital, which is here. The second ones are on the 2nd floor of one of the buildings of the LSU campus, which is this building. And the third ones are on the 4th and 5th floors of the Finnegan Research Group building, which is all the way here. Now, be warned, these buildings are swarming with Zeds. The LSU campus one is not so bad, but still, these locations are very dangerous, so be prepared to not find that mask, cause look at these chances for it to spawn, dear God. But let's say you're not in the mood to risk your life for this mask. You'd prefer something less risky. Luckily for you, this mask can also be found by foraging. I don't even have to tell you where to forage for this thing, you already know. I'll still say it. The best places to forage for this thing are in trailer parks and urban areas. Before we get to the, in my opinion, rarest item in the game, I have some honorable mentions. Jackie's coveralls. This item can be found on the zombified Jackie J, one of the journalists in Project Zomboid's lore, which should spawn in this area next to the Louisville blockade. It didn't make the list because, even though it is rare, it still counts as any ordinary piece of coveralls. The Dev Decal T-shirt. If you didn't know, regular t-shirts have a chance of spawning with one of these decals on them, but there's one in particular that's interesting. Let's take a look in game. From the back, this looks like any ordinary t-shirt, while from the front From the front, there's a decal on it with one of Project Zomboid's developers. Pierogies. One of my dear viewers left a comment stating how they found pierogies and that they can be found in bars with cooking appliances and regular old freezers. I went out a couple of times, running around clearing every bar out there and haven't found pierogies once. Goes to show how lucky I am. But I will take your word for it. Thank you for pointing this out. With those out of the way, I present to you the, in my opinion, rarest item in the game. The number one spot goes to Big Spiffo. It's the Spiffo plushie, but big. This item is so rare that I haven't even found it yet. Every other item mentioned on this list has been acquired by yours truly. Maybe not the honorable mentions, but this plushie is one of this list's items that I haven't gotten my hands on. So why don't we see where it spawns? Alright, what have we got? Now, don't panic. I know you saw those numbers and your jaw immediately dropped, but there is a... Yeah, I've got nothing. You should panic. Of course, it can spawn in any bedroom or daycare, as well as in Jay's Chicken's Kitchens. What the... Why are you here? Then encounters crates and metal shelves inside Spiffo's kitchens and Spiffo's storage, which is probably referring to any office buildings belonging to Spiffo's. The following locations will be of Spiffo's restaurants. In Riverside, there's one here. In Rosewood, there's one here. In Muldrow, there's one right here. Then in between Muldrow and West Point, there's one just sitting there. In West Point, it's up here. In the Crossroads Mall, it's in this corner. And in Louisville, there's at least 6 of them, which are all located here. Oh, and as for Jay's Chicken restaurants, I'll make this quick. They're in Muldrow here and Louisville here. You can also try looking in the back of Spiffo's vans. But with that chance, yeah, good luck. Now, if you've cleared all of the places mentioned here, you can try foraging for the Big Spiffo plushie. The wiki states that there's an absurdly small chance to find this thing while foraging. We're not given a number, but by absurdly, I think they mean this number, or anything less than this. Anyhow, take a guess where the best places to forage at for this thing are. If you guess trailer parks and urban areas, you'd be absolutely correct. And that concludes the list of the rarest items in the game. Remember, this list is mostly from experience, so we'll definitely disagree on the placement of some of these items, and heck, I've probably completely forgotten about one item, like I always do. And if I did, feel free to roast me for it in the comments so I could get a good laugh from it. And if you made it to the end, thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. Save your strength. We're almost there. What did I do wrong? Let's see. The middleman, the tail, body, head, and something to remember them by. It's all there. So why don't you? Oh, my head. What the fuck?